Trading by Faith and a developer of robots. So I want to say hello to you and welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Once again, my name is Rob Booker. Happy to be with you. If you're here on Facebook, there are some links above. If you're here on YouTube, there will be some links below after the conclusion of this webinar. I have a lot of thoughts on my mind lately, a lot of things on my mind lately. And one of those things is robot trading. But another thing is this idea that, imagine, all right, I'm just going to start it off with this, and then we can get into this new robot idea that I have, this crazy robot idea that I have. But imagine for just a moment that somebody right out there, somebody out in the world there, this year is going to make $100,000. Somebody out there this year is going to make $1 million. Somebody's going to make $1 million that maybe doesn't even have $1 million. Somebody out there is going to meet a fantastic human being and fall madly in love with a really good match. Now, it occurs to me to ask the question, someone's going to make $1 million. Someone's going to meet the person of their dreams. Someone's going to test a robot that just kills it. My question is, why can't this person be you? It's possible. It's completely reasonable, in fact. I mean, it's going to be somebody. Why don't we just start considering that it's going to be us? And on that note, when thinking this outrageous thought today, I had this idea that I would possibly have the chance to test my robot, this trend trading robot that I have. And that what I would be able to do is I would be able to add trades. And not just add some trades, but add a lot of trades to this trend trading robot that I have. And so what I want to do is I want to play around with this idea that I could add a ton of trades to this trend trading robot. Now what this robot does, and I'll draw it on the screen here, just as a reminder to all of you who haven't seen this before, is this robot will wait for a daily missed pivot. And then what that robot will do is it will start setting up buy trades when we break through new highs. And there are a couple other filters to it, but that's the general idea. I'm not here to teach that whole methodology. It's all part of the trend trade class. But I together with my friend Dan, got a robot built that takes these trades automatically. And I thought, Dan, why don't we, let me just show my screen so you can see this drawing of the chart that I just did. And I asked Dan, I said, why don't we just do this? So as I was mentioning, it takes a trade here on a missed pivot. It buys it if it breaks above the highs. And I said to my friend Dan, why don't we just add a ton of trades? If it gets into a good trade, why don't we just add a ton of trades? So that's what we did. I've got the robot loaded up here on the Australian dollar, and I want to walk through some settings. And for those of you that are just joining us now, welcome. Glad to have you here. So happy to see you. I'm just going to double check that everything's functioning properly and I didn't get any messages that it's broken. Looks like everything seems to be working fine. If you're joining me now live, yeah, it looks like everything's fine. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, back to the screen here. If you're joining now and you want to say hello down in the comments. If you're here on Periscope, by the way, thanks for coming along for the ride on Periscope. I don't say hello to you enough on Periscope. Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. Let's walk through some settings. So there are some required, if you're using this robot, the Kumo Trend Trade robot, you have to install the missed pivots indicator and the implied volatility indicator in with your robot. We never change the magic number setting that distinguishes robot trades from discretionary trades. Slippage is at 5, that's fine. The maximum spread's at 50, that's fine. And the reason it's fine is because I might trade an exotic financial instrument and I want the spread to be high enough to take the trade. Now here's where we go a little bit crazy. We want to let this robot take 20 trades simultaneously. We want it to be able to take 20 trades. Now that's a little bit crazy, right? To get into, like, if the trade's a winner, we want it to add additional trades to the winning trade. And we want it to add, we can change this number later, but we want it to add up to 20 trades. This seems exciting to me. So the first trade size is going to be 1 mini lot. And then we're going to let it add 2 mini lots every single time it adds an additional trade. Why? Because I want to be a little bit crazy. Allow next trade is true, that's fine. Use box percentage is false. We're not going to use a stop loss using the size of a range or a box, that's fine. We want to use dollar value stop losses. So we're going to do a $125 stop combined with all the trades together. So let's say it opens boom, 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 like a ton of trades. And it's just like, I'm opening every trade in the world. I'm a trade. Whatever it is, if it's opening a bazillion trades and it's just, you know, fighting its way to profitability or whatever, and it reaches a $125 stop loss with all of the trades open, it'll just stop everything out. And then if it makes $125, you know, a profit, then it will close everything out and take the profit. Go on, take the money and run. Ooh, no. We're not going to use a trailing stop this time, but we're going to think about adding a trailing stop later on. One more setting that we want to change is the moving average period. I set it to 8. So it's got an 8-period moving average. So let's say that we get into, a trade. So imagine that we're in a trade and we're buying, and then price dips back and it hits, my hand is the 8 moving average. What is that? Hi, I'm an 8 moving average. Sound effects are free. Okay? Every time it hits that moving average, we're going to go ahead and take an extra trade. Let's just do this. Let's just see how this works. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. We're backtesting from January to July of this year. We can test other periods of time, but let's just see what happens when we do this. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little nervous because I'm not exactly sure that this is a good idea. All right, let's switch over here and look at the graph. So here's the graph where our results are going to appear once it begins to take trades. Oh, this is nice. Very nice. Oh, 9%, 11% gain. This is good. This is good. This is nice. Let's take a look at the, let's take a look at the results. So in the results, we should, look at all these trades it's allowing itself to take. Wow. We should put a trailing stop on this. Whoa, look at all these profitable trades. This can't last. Yeah, that's not going to last, right? It's only part of the way through. Nah, there's no way that can last. So it's taking more trades. So what the robot is doing is it is taking trend trades. So, and they're momentum trend trades. So it says, hey, a trend is about to begin. Yes. And then, so the robot goes, yes. And then after the robot does a little celebratory dance, then it, on a momentum, like this is how you do that's a momentum. It goes and it breaks through the highs, and then it starts to take trend trades. And every single time it dips back down during the time that it's in the trade, it takes an additional trade. And then when it reaches the full profit target, it closes everything. Or if it opens one or several trades and it loses money, then we stop out. Okay, so we've done well so far. I think we had another win. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. It opened a series of trades on a breakout, $12 gain, $25 gain, $7 gain, and so forth. But then it started to come off of its highs. Oh, and here's a loss. It opened a ton of trades and took a loss, took a $125 loss. No problem. Not upset about it. Not upset at all. While we're waiting for this trade to finish, let's read something out of the greatest book ever, Mastery by George Leonard. The Dabbler. The dabbler approaches each new sport, career opportunity, or relationship with enormous enthusiasm. He or she loves the rituals involved in getting started, the spiffy equipment, the lingo, the shine of newness. You think that's a winner? That's not a winner. That's not someone who wins. Okay, oh, we took another loss here. How are we doing on our test? Still making our way through the test. It seems like this testing takes a while to complete because it's got all these trades that it's opening. Oh, look at all those that it opened. Holy moly. So it opened a ton of trades, but didn't reach the profit target. Bummer. Okay, then it opened a bunch of trades and did reach its profit target. That's great. See, what I love about adding to winning trades in a trend is if you have a trend trade and it's doing well and you add to it as it's a win, I mean, that's fantastic. I don't know. I just like the idea of adding to winning trades. Like add to what is going well and take away from what is not going well. So far, this is an 11% gain. So far, that's awesome. Boy, it takes a while to run through this test. I think it's just because it's, I actually don't know. I actually don't know why this test takes so long, but I'm going to be patient. Maybe we could read another line out of George Leonard's Mastery. What is mastery? The master's journey, the baby steps. Oh, this is great. For most people brought up in this society, the plateau where you stop improving and you just feel like you're running in place can be a form of purgatory. It triggers disowned emotions. It flushes out hidden motivations. You realize you came to trading not only to get money, but also to look good, to meet people, and to do better than other people. You decide that you want to have a talk with your trading mentor. How long, you ask your trading mentor, will it take you to master this thing? The answer in this book is fascinating. We're almost done with the test here. And how are we doing on the graph? We only gave back a little bit of money. This seems to be running pretty nicely, actually. Pretty excited about this. So we added to winning trades, and look at that. The report says that we made 865 pips or so. The maximum drawdown was 5%. That's no problem at all. We could turn this into something, I think, spectacular. So what I'm going to do from here is, now that I have this initial test, and it's rare that an initial test will work out that nicely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change some settings. I'm going to try to add even more trades to a winner. I'm going to try to, and by adding more trades to a winner and letting it add more trades, I typed in 300. Oh, let's just let it open 300 trades if it wants to. That means it can open a lot of trades in a winning series of trades, and if it can open a lot of trades, it can get to the profit target faster, which means a compressed distance or a smaller amount of distance would be enough to get us to our profit target more quickly. In other words, it's easier for price to move a short distance than it is for price to move a big distance. So if we can get a predictable amount of distance covered with a trading system, then we could pile a bunch of trades in that distance or that area that it moves. We could pile a bunch of trades in there and get out rather than stay in the market for a really long time. I hope you liked this. I'd like to get you a copy of this robot. So I've put a link. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, the link is already here. The link on Facebook is right above where I'm talking or below where I'm talking in the description of the video. On YouTube, I will add it later. On Twitter, I'll post a link to the robot sale on Twitter. I'll just give a huge discount. I'll have it last for 24 to 48 hours. and you can get this robot and all the other robots. It's a small investment on your part, getting you access to a huge investment of time and effort that I put in on my part. And I love you. Once again, to finish this off, somebody's going to build a robot that can take 30 trades in a winning series of trades. Why can't it be us? Why can't that be us? Why can't that be you and I? Happy to be here. So happy to see you. I'm Rob Booker. Grab the robots while you can. I'll leave it open for 24 hours. You're the best ever. I love you all. Have the best day ever. I'll see you later. Now if we can turn this off successfully. Oh wait, I should run this test and then we'll get out of here. Thanks everybody.